evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Bruce Frisco. It is Friday, December 19th. This is CTV News. Tonight, wet and windy, a stormy night as we head into the weekend. Caught on tape, business owner says he's had enough. And in loving memory, a band of brothers supporting mental health.
Live from our Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News. Here is Bruce Frisco.
Here's a live look at Antigonish on this stormy Friday night. Gusty winds being reflected there in the glare on the streets, along with the warm temperatures. This is, of course, the same storm system that brought blizzard-like conditions to a good part of the prairies just a couple of days ago. Good evening. If you're comfortably watching us at home tonight, consider yourself lucky. A great many people are in the dark. The wind and rainstorm we've been expecting arrived pretty much on schedule this evening, blowing in with a vengeance. These images from Nova Scotia, where emergency crews have been dealing with a lengthy list of fallen trees and power lines, exploding transformers, and other damage. NSP crews did manage to reconnect several large outages from earlier, but there were more than 400 active outages as of 9:30 this evening, impacting close to 50,000 customers. Well, it may be tempting to go outside and survey the damage. Officials say that's not a good idea with so many dark streets and downed trees. Similar story in New Brunswick tonight with well over 45,000 customers in the dark just after 10 p.m. Sizable number were in and around a wide swath of Charlotte County. Reports say the lights went out around supper time, but power was restored again to many fairly quickly. As expected, crews were prohibiting workers from going out during the height of the winds. Maritime Electric and PEI also listing about a dozen outages this evening. And speaking of PEI, the Confederation Bridge closed to all vehicles a short time ago. This after wind gusts topping 132 kilometers an hour were reported just a short time ago. Well, the heavy wind and rain sparked a lot of early preparations today and cancellations as well. Here's CTV's Vanessa Wright.
Tonight, much of the Maritimes is hunkering down as a powerful storm makes its way through the region.
I got lots of water at the house, and lots of food for the cats, and the next thing I have to do is charge up my cell phone.
We have a lot of good things to eat, and we have eggnog and rum, and we're fine.
On the Friday before Christmas, Halifax Regional Municipality has activated its emergency management center, encouraging people to stay safe.
So obviously we're saying to people, if you don't need to travel, please stay off the roads and allow our first responders and emergency services to respond to any emergencies that may occur. And also after the storm passes, maybe check in on your neighbours or people you know who may be vulnerable.
In St. Stephen, New Brunswick this morning, NB Power had crews on standby. The province is expecting heavy rain and winds tonight. Nova Scotia Power says people should expect outages.
In events like this with high winds, we do tend to see tree branches or trees to come in contact with power lines. So there may be some outages sporadic across the province.
Vanessa Wright, CTV News, Halifax.
The weather event also had a significant impact on travel around here. CTV's Jonathan McGuinness has more from Halifax Stanfield International.
There were hugs all around today as flights landed at Halifax Stanfield International Airport.
Oh, it's so exciting. I never get to see my family because I'm studying in Montreal, so it's good to see them. It's good to see my friends.
Robin Lonis's parents are glad she made it, as a weather system bringing high winds and rain is taking aim on the Maritimes. Her father, Danny, started keeping a close watch earlier this week.
About 3 days ago. Yeah, just checking, any storm systems. We knew about the one that's coming through here.
The storm is coming at an inopportune time.
So we're heading into one of the busier weekends over the holidays. Today in particular, we would expect to see over 5,500 passengers going in and out of the airport today. And
hopefully we're around the cuffs with that, but we'll see.
Joe Doyle is heading to Edmonton to visit his daughter and grandchild.
Hopefully we missed that and we get out on time.
Advice from Tiffany Chase is to always check ahead to confirm flights are on time. But if a passenger gets to the airport and there's a cancellation, there are plans in place to help.
We do have supports for folks if they were to be stranded here for longer periods of time, and so there are airport staff that are available to support folks in that instance.
Because flights aren't only affected by the weather here, storms in any city along the flight route could disrupt holiday travel plans. Jonathan McGinnis, CTV News, Halifax Stanfield International Airport.
Get the Maritimes top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
Murder case of a Nova Scotia woman who was found in a burned-out garage was back before a judge today. As CTV's Callum Smith tells us, the accused man will soon learn if he'll get bail.
It's been more than 8 years since Laura Ross's body was found in this burned-out garage on her South Rawdon property.
Laura was intelligent, she was wise, she was athletic, she was strong, she was determined. She admired her family, her children, her friends.
Investigators said the fire was deliberately set and her death a homicide. Police charged then 27-year-old Joshua Kroll with second-degree murder 3 months later, but the Crown dropped the charge in 2019. Fast forward almost 7 years to 2 months ago, RCMP said there was new evidence and Kroll was arrested and the second-degree murder charge was laid again. RCMP have never said the relationship between Ross and Kroll. Today, nearly 9 years after Ross's death, Kroll appeared in Nova Scotia Supreme Court in jeans and a hoodie, sitting between two sheriffs near his lawyers for a bail hearing. It was a full-day hearing, but details of testimony are under a publication ban. Ross's mother says there is no such thing as closure.
Grief is the cost of having loved someone. And when you love a child, that love never goes away. You love that child forever. And because of that, the grief is forever. And because of that, there is never closure.
The judge reserved his decision until January 9th. Callum Smith, CTV News, Halifax.
The owner of a long-operating auto parts store in one maritime community is fed up with break-ins. The latest smash and grab played out on security video. CTV's Josh Smith tells us tonight thieves knew exactly what they were after, apparently.
Surveillance video from last month shows a break-in at a local auto parts store in Petitcodiac. Suspects quickly smashing their way inside and leaving before police arrive.
They knew exactly what they were looking for and what they were grabbing.
Store owner Calvin Hicks says the financial impact is significant.
It is discouraging because we're between $15,000 and $20,000 between damages and product gone. Our insurance rates keep going high, and they're really high.
A week after Hicks' store was broken into, a similar robbery took place at a Port Elgin store where thieves tried to steal an ATM machine. Police confirm both cases are unresolved.
It makes you wonder. I mean, it's not going to close us, but it's still hard.
The fact that police aren't saying anything doesn't mean they're not doing their job.
CTV public safety analyst Chris Lewis says what's happening here mirrors a national trend.
A clear video doesn't necessarily identify anyone. Depends on how clear, how good are the images of faces. License plates generally mean nothing because they're stolen vehicles or stolen plates.
Lewis says the public can assist police.
The public sometimes know or suspect who individuals are, whether it's because they've seen them on video or they've heard things in the community, or sometimes people have told friends that they've done things, but the friends don't want to come forward and tell the police.
Lewis says small businesses have to continue to beef up security.
I didn't ever want to do is be putting bars and stuff up. We have grates that are going to go over the windows, just to hopefully deter them from doing it again.
Josh Smith, CTV News, Petitcodiac, New Brunswick.
This has been a long time coming. For the first time in 30 years, New Brunswick is allowing more seniors to access subsidized home care. Starting New Year's Day, the province is increasing the income threshold for seniors and people with disabilities to access those subsidized home care services. Qualifying incomes are still quite low, though, $27,500 for an individual, $38,500 for a couple.
No, 10% is a start, though. Just like the minister said, we have to start somewheres. We have to be reasonable. We are approaching 25% of our population in New Brunswick being seniors. You know, in the next several years, 10 or 15 years, I don't have the exact number, but the number of 75-year-olds we have in New Brunswick is going to double.
Along with the new clients, about 2,100 people who currently use the services will pay a little less. The change will cost the province about $10 million. A homeless shelter in New Glasgow has become a source of friction in that community. Growing demand has recently forced Viola's Place to expand. The facility offers medical and housing support, along with mental health and addictions services. Problem is, people who live and work near the center don't feel safe.
Very serious impact on the neighbors surrounding the shelter. They are exposed to things that, you know, are not what you would expect to be exposed to living in a home.
They wanted a gate here and security, which we're in the process of moving forward with. The only thing I really want the public to know is that once that gate goes up, it's segregating another piece of the population.
The town has asked Viola's Place to make some changes, including a new name that was actually requested by Viola Desmond's family, who want to end their association with the facility. All right, still to come tonight, Kaylin's full forecast on this stormy Friday night, and we'll take a look at the Salvation Army kettle campaign, which is struggling a little bit during this season. Coming up next, though, port support.
We're proud that we're going to be well over 200,000 TEUs, 20-foot equivalent containers, probably trending closer to 240 by the end of this year.
It has been a banner year for the Port of St. John, so could 26 be even bigger? We'll look at that when we come back.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekdays at 7, you can win $1,000 with the $1,000 minute.
10 questions in 60 seconds to win, and you can get the answer to question number 10 on our podcast.
So it was a record-setting year for the Port of St. John. New additions and growing partnerships are building back what used to be one of the country's prime ports. As CTV's Avery McRae tells us tonight, even more is on the horizon.
2025 is a year Port St. John CEO Craig Bell Estabrooks won't soon forget.
We're proud that we're going to be well over 200,000 TEUs, 20-foot equivalent containers, probably trending closer to 240 by the end of this year. So that's a dramatic increase considering we were about 86,000 4 years ago.
The addition of 2 new larger container cranes and the completion of a 10-year, $247 million modernization project grabbed the headlines. But Bell Estabrooks says it's the growing port partnerships that have been the biggest contributor to a record year.
CPKC Rail, DP World, ourselves, Hapag Lloyd, JD Irving, we all come together when there's opportunity, when there's challenges, and we sort things out.
New to enter the growing list of port partners this year was Americold, who in May broke ground on its $100 million first import-export hub in Canada. According to the company, there is no other place with partnerships of this magnitude.
The opportunity to bring everybody together in one location is pretty unique across the world, and the fact that we had that opportunity here made it a no-brainer.
Supply chains can be built around a port that wants to see business development growth and that wants to create jobs for Canadians, wants to build a more resilient supply chain for Canadians.
As for what this could all mean for 2026,
we've got big plans, both on an annual capital budget basis that we've passed through our board, and we've got big plans with the National Trade Diversification Fund that is set to come out in January.
Avery McRae, CTV News, St. John.
Thank you, Avery. Time for a quick little break. When we return, your complete maritime weather forecast on this blustery Friday night. Kaylin Mitchell with everything you need to know for the weekend and beyond is coming up next. Okay, last few minutes now of the 19th day of December. Kind of a memorable day around here for all the wrong reasons, I guess.
Yeah, it's a little bit cliche, but it's a dark and stormy night in the Maritime region. Yeah, contending with the weather front off of that storm system that, remember, really brought impactful weather coast to coast across the country. Began in BC as a big rain and wind event, then a blizzard through the prairies and heavy snow through parts of Ontario, Quebec, and we're catching the wet and windy part of it here in the region. So taking a look at what's still left to come, we're going to continue to see the rain with the weather system clear off towards the northeast as we head into the overnight hours on its way up into Newfoundland. In behind that during the day on Saturday, from the morning into the early afternoon, there'll be a scattering of some flurries and some showers around, and then a little bit more sunshine for Saturday afternoon, but there's a little bit of a catch as well. While the winds tomorrow are not going to be as strong as what some areas experienced tonight, they're still going to be plenty noticeable with some general gusts in the range of 40 to 70 kilometers per hour. Now, it had a few rainfall warnings with this weather system. Might be some increased water runoff because of the time of the year. Frozen ground doesn't absorb that rain as much. And, of course, the wind warnings. And the winds did have impacts in the region, including some power outages, some disruptions to some travel services, such as the ferry services. When it comes to those very strong southerly winds over the next couple of hours, they're going to begin to work their way across eastern areas of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. Following in behind them, there will be a brief lull in the winds. They're going to come down just a little bit for a period of about a couple of hours as they turn westerly, and then those westerly winds will increase from Saturday morning into Saturday afternoon to include some of those gusts between 40 and 70 kilometers per hour, though there might be a few areas that get some gusts closer to 80, and that would include a few locations in Cape Breton, especially the higher terrain in Inverness and Victoria counties, and maybe exposed parts of the coastline down around the southwest of New Brunswick and the southwest of Nova Scotia. Now, temperatures for tonight in a lot of cases will fall in a few hours before sunrise, especially through northern and western areas of New Brunswick, falling below zero. So be careful about wet surfaces turning icy there. Other parts of the region, including Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia, will be mildest in the morning with some high temperatures around the low to mid single digits, but then we'll have temperatures fall into and through the afternoon in that gusty but chilly west wind. In the extended forecast for New Brunswick, on Sunday, a weaker system comes through. It's a mixture of some flurries and showers with it. That's followed by a mix of sun and cloud on Monday, increasing cloudiness on Tuesday, and some snow and flurries possible Tuesday night into Wednesday, which, of course, is Christmas Eve. That means we might have a little bit of fresh snow for Christmas Day, which will be on Thursday, a mix of sun and cloud right now, and some more snow possible for New Brunswick on Friday. For Nova Scotia, the outlook, a mixture of showers and flurries moving through on Sunday, followed by a chance of flurries on Monday. Tuesday, increasing cloudiness during the day with snow expected Tuesday night into Wednesday. So yes, shot at a white Christmas even for areas of Nova Scotia this year. A chance of flurries on Christmas Day is followed by a mix of sun and cloud on Friday. And for Prince Edward Island, for the end of the weekend on Sunday, there's some showers moving through. It's followed by a chance of flurries on Monday. On Tuesday, increasing cloudiness during the day with some snow Tuesday night into Wednesday. And then a chance of flurries after that on Thursday, Christmas Day, and a chance of flurries on Boxing Day. Bruce.
As long as it's clear sailing for that old man in that jet-powered sled.
It always is.
It always is, for sure. Thank you. Wake up weather still to come. In the meantime, we'll step aside, but do stay with us. There is more to come on this program.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
The Salvation Army annual kettlebell campaign is underway again, but the organization says donations are down. That is bad news because demand is up, and at this time of year, the charity not only puts food on the table and gifts under the tree for many families in need, they do a whole lot more as well. Here's CTV's Jesse Thomas.
The Salvation Army faces an urgent shortfall this holiday season, with donations to its Red Kettle campaign falling short.
And as the needs are there for everybody, the needs for the vulnerable are even higher. You know, people are getting pushed to the brink.
The kettles are a familiar sight during the holiday shopping season, but this year, fewer donations are dropping in. but the need in the community has grown.
We have 4,300 applications for Christmas assistance this year, and last year there were close to 2,300 families that were served.
The charity recognizes that many people are feeling the strain of higher costs. Everything is more expensive, but Maritimers continue to give what they can.
Merry Christmas. Not everybody has what we have, and we're in a financial position right now that we can, so why not? It's good for the city, it's good for the country, and it's the season.
The money collected in the kettles here stays local.
If you're giving in Moncton, it's going to stay in Moncton. If you're giving in Halifax, it's going to stay and help in Halifax.
Jesse Thomas, CTV News, Halifax.
All right, thank you, Jesse. Time for one final break. Coming up, a hockey tournament close to the hearts of some high school chums. First, though, it is your wake-up weather. Here's a live look at Moncton. Fair amount of Friday night traffic out there, and 13 degrees right now. Caitlin Mitchell's Wake Up Weather is coming up next. Saturday morning upon us now. We'll kick it off with a look at the Wake Up Weather and Caitlin.
And once again, for tomorrow, it's not like the winds are not going to be around. They're going to be noticeable. They're not going to be as strong as they were tonight, but they'll be out at the west, and they'll have some gusts in them between 40 and 70 kilometers per hour as we get into the afternoon. Few flurries, few showers to move through during the morning hours, but the afternoon should see the sunshine out. Temperatures, though, will be falling at that point. And then another round of some flurries and showers expected to come in Saturday night into Sunday. Bruce.
All right, thank Caitlin. Have a good weekend. Well, a group of old high school friends in Cape Breton will come together for a holiday fundraiser with a message. As CTV's Ryan McDonald shows us tonight, the event will honor 3 young men they were close with who battled with their own mental health.
You might not know it from their laughter and warmth that this is a group of friends touched by tragedy.
Whenever I think of all 3 of those guys, I think of their smiles and how outgoing and fun they were.
Those guys were Tyler McCackern and Joey Mann, along with Matt Keating, 3 young men who grew up playing hockey together, who in recent years lost their battles with mental illness. Now their old high school friends are organizing a holiday fundraiser in their honor, the 3rd annual Breton Brothers Memorial Hockey Tournament.
We had one of the people who passed away played in the first event, and we didn't anticipate, him to be feeling that way, unfortunately. So we're hoping, with that thought, we thought, who else is in the room struggling?
I think you'd be proud that, all these guys are coming together.
Mike Keating is Matthew Keating's older brother. A few years back, he started a men's mental health movement in Matt's memory called the 3 Brothers Project. It's helping put on the December 23rd event here at the County Arena.
We're playing in memory of our brothers, but we're also playing for each other in the sense that we're letting each other know that it's okay to have these conversations about mental health.
This year, the funds are going to support the Mental Health and Addictions Patient Care Fund.
Caitlin McDonald is manager of philanthropy at the Cape Breton Regional Hospital Foundation. She also went to high school with the 3 men being remembered.
This tournament is kind of a way for us to honor them and remember them, and also a way for us to raise funds for others in our community who might be struggling as they were at one time.
So we're going to keep this event going, keep building and growing, and trying to bring more awareness to the guys in the dressing room that if you're not doing okay, you can get help.
An important message, and old friends coming together to keep their buddies' memories alive. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Coxheath, Nova Scotia.
Thank you, Ryan McDonald. That is your late news for tonight, and that's it for this week, as a matter of fact. If you joined us late, you'd like another look at anything you've seen, ctvnewsatlantic.ca is your home for news updates all weekend long. I'm Bruce Frisco. Thank you for staying up late with us tonight. We're going to leave you with the names of all of us here at Bell Media. Have yourself a good night and a happy holiday. I'll see you again in 2026.